I'm Inspector Greb. It's Lieutenant Guthrie.
My name is Clark. He was a man about 25. Held up the cashier and got away with $800. That's the cashier. Her name's Alice Burnett.
Where were you?
Handling traffic on the corner.
Did you look at the man?
No, sir.
Any other witnesses?
Just her so far.
Okay, thanks.
You're from the police department?
Yes, sir.
I'm Al Clifford. I'm the store manager. He got away with $800. I just made the count. It was pretty good for a morning's work. Another 15 minutes, and it would have been in the bank.
Mm-hmm.
You're the officer they said would be here, huh?
That's right.
Well, I'm still pretty scared, to tell you the truth. It isn't every day somebody comes in and sticks a gun at you.
How tall was he?
Well, I'd say he was about average height or smaller. He was shorter than you.
Say 5'9" or 10, maybe?
Yes,
And what would you say he weighed?
I'd say close to 180. He was about the size of my brother-in-law. He weighs 180.
I see, then it's insured.
Oh, yes, sir. I'd better get on the phone in my office and notify the casualty company right away.
Where were you when it happened?
Oh, well, I was in my office. I didn't see a thing. I didn't know anything about it until Miss Burnett told me.
Okay.
I think maybe she can help you more than I can. I better get on the phone.
All right, go ahead.
I saw the whole thing, officer. I was in the store when it happened.
Good. What is your name?
I'm Helen Prescott. I live at 618 Alameda Terrace.
Mm-hmm. Did you get a good look at him?
I certainly did. I was standing right over there. I saw him when he came in. He walked straight back to the cashier. I didn't think anything about it at the time. I thought he'd come in to pick up a dress for his wife, something like that. When I saw her hand over all the money, I knew something was wrong.
How tall would you say he was?
Over 6 feet, 6'1".
Mm-hmm. You're sure about that?
Oh, yes, he was tall. Tall and slender.
He was pretty stocky, square-built, heavy-set.
Well, how old would you say he was?
Well, not more than 25. I told the other officer that.
How old?
I'd say he was about 40.
Did you notice his coloring?
Dark hair, rather pale complexion.
He had light brown hair, sort of a ruddy complexion.
Well, did you happen to notice what he was wearing?
Yes, he had on a brown top coat and a brown hat and a gray suit.
His hat and coat were gray. He wore a blue suit and a red knit tie.
I know he had a gun. He pointed it at me for a second and then covered it with a blouse.
Well, how'd he get away? Did he have a car outside?
Well, I didn't see a car. He just walked away and out of sight.
Then what did you do?
Well, then I went and told Mr. Clifford what had happened. I want to tell you, it was pretty hard to keep from screaming or something like that with this gun pointing at me, and he looked to me like the kind of man who wouldn't hesitate to use it. I didn't want to get anybody else upset, one of the clerks or customers. If they started screaming, he might have used that gun.
Well, did you notice he had a mustache or eyeglasses, anything like that?
No, he was clean-shaven. Sort of boyish, I'd say.
Well, if you think of anything else, I'd appreciate it if you'd call me at this number, Miss Treskin.
Why, certainly, officer, I'd be glad to.
Thank you very much.
And that's Skyline 21999.
That's right, but you can call me here if you need me. I'm here most of the time.
Okay, thanks.
Surely.
Last seen wearing a blue suit, red knit tie, gray hat and top coat, 40 years old, dark hair, pale complexion. Put out an APB.
Well, wait a minute.
Hold it. Good way to start out on Monday morning.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. I know you fellas been up and down the street the last day or so. I thought you might get around to me.
I'll call in, Ben.
Okay. Did you see anyone at all running out of that dress shop?
No, I didn't even know the place had been robbed until my return trip that day. A lady got on and told me the story. I wondered about the police cars.
Well, there's just a possibility he might have run across the street and climbed in your bus.
Well, he might have done that, mister. I can't say. I just can't say. People getting on and off all the time. I just can't say.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Sure. Yeah? Okay, we'll be on right away. Thanks. Lone Bandit just held up a dress shop in Melody Lane. He walked in and stuck up the cashier. The store manager jumped him. Gerard and Jorgensen are bringing him in now. His name is John Lamont. If he used the same M.O., Ben, it could be our boy.
Which one?
Take it easy, John. You'll get along fine.
Take it easy? I'd like to take these and smash your head in, you lousy cop! You lousy, stinking cop!
John Lamont. Pretty tough fella.
Who are you guys?
Settle down, Lamont. That'll get you nowhere.
John knows all those things. He's been around, haven't you, John?
I've been around.
Where did you get out, John?
A week ago.
Where did you fall from?
San Francisco.
What was the charge?
Armed robbery.
Never give up, huh? Sit down.
Where do you live?
19th and Mission.
What's at 19th and Mission?
Hotel.
How do you pay your rent? John,
I do okay.
where do you get the money?
I do okay.
It's a pretty nice suit. How'd you pay for it?
I don't remember.
That was a new suit. John got pretty sore. Got messed up a little bit when that store manager jumped him.
Punk.
He took you on, Buster. Gun and all, he took you on. John's got another suit waiting for him. Being altered at Dell's. Cost him $120, all paid for cash. Bought it last Monday afternoon.
Doing pretty well, aren't you, John?
I told you I do okay. I told you that.
What else do you want to tell us? You're already hooked for the dress shop job. Come on, you might as well give her the rest of it.
I'm not in court yet. What are you trying to do?
Where were you Monday?
When? Morning? Afternoon? When?
Well, let's start with the morning.
I'll start with nothing. You might as well quit trying.
Yeah, John's got a lot of trouble. He wasn't released from Ben Lomond.
How's that?
He escaped 2 weeks ago. Shot a guard.
May I have your attention, please? Thank you. My name is Greb, Inspector Matt Greb. I will explain the lineup to you. Each of the suspects you will see will be numbered. I call off a number, their name and charge. If you have any questions or identifications, please remember the number that I assign to the prisoner as I call his name. The questions I ask are merely to get a natural tone of voice, so do not pay too much attention to their answers as they often lie. All right? Bring on the line.
This is awfully interesting. I've never seen a lineup before.
Come on, move it along. Step lively, please. All right, fellas, face front. Eyes straight ahead. Hands at your side. Number one, step out. Leo Trucks, charged with boosting, stealing from a parked car. Where do you live, Leo?
1428 Jefferson.
What is that, a hotel, apartment, what?
An apartment. It's an apartment.
How long have you lived there?
2 months.
Where did you live before that?
In Detroit.
That your home, Detroit?
Yeah.
What do you do for a living, Leo?
How's that?
What do you do for a living?
I'm a thief.
Okay, Leo, step back. Number two, step forward. John Lamont. Armed robbery. How old are you, John?
26.
Speak up
That
louder.
number
How old
two,
are you?
he looks a little bit like him.
What's
You
your
certain?
occupation? Sales.
No, I think the eyes are different. That's not him.
Do you recognize anyone up there, Miss
When was the
Tresca?
last time you worked?
No, none of them's familiar.
Where were you picked up?
Melody Lane in a dress shop.
After you held them up?
Yeah. After I held them up.
All right, John, you can step back. How long have you been doing legal work, Miss Trescott?
15 years. I graduated from law school myself, but I never took the bar. Found out I could make a better living as a legal secretary than a practicing lawyer.
Mm-hmm. I see.
I wouldn't be taking up your time or mine if I weren't sure that I could recognize that man again. He was as close to me as the inspector there. I judged his height by my own eye level. His collar was somewhat loose around his neck. Most tall, thin men seem to have that problem. I'm not a bit unsure of any of the details.
Not often that we have a witness as positive as you are, Miss Trescott.
It's not often I'm in a shop that's being robbed.
This one?
Mm-mm. No, none of these look like him at all.
All right. We appreciate you coming down.
Well, if I ever do see him or a picture of him, I'd be sure to recognize him. I'd know him again anywhere.
Thank you.
Surely. Goodbye.
Any luck?
No, I'm afraid not.
She still seems pretty positive about how he looked.
So is Trescott. Somebody's lying.
I can think of one good reason.
Money. We'd like a little additional information, Mr. Clifford. Do you know where Alice Burnett worked before she came here?
At a theater downtown, cashiered for him. I don't remember which one, but I can look it up.
How much do you pay her?
$48 a week.
Do you know if she has a car?
I don't think so. If she does, she doesn't drive it to work. I don't think she can afford one.
Well, a lot of people making $48 a week buy cars, Mr. Clifford.
I know, but Alice spends her money before she gets it. I mean, it's nothing against her.
How do you mean spends it before she gets it?
Well, a couple of months ago, a man from a loan company came around one day and wanted to slap a garnishee on her wages. Said that Alice had borrowed some money from his company to pay off some bills she owed. Oh, it was pretty big, about $428.
Do you happen to know the name of the company?
The San Francisco Finance Company over on Van Ness.
Has she ever made any mistakes on that cash register? Got rattled, made the wrong change, or...
I don't think Alice has made a mistake since she's been here.
What is it, officers?
Well, we understand that you have an account with a woman named Burnett. We'd like to know something about it, please.
Burnett. B-U-R-N-E-T-T?
That's right, Alice Burnett.
Just a moment, please.
Oh, may I use your phone?
Certainly. Dial 9 for outside.
Thank you. Want to see how Asher made out?
Yeah. You getting hungry?
Yeah.
Oh, my, there's a French dip sandwich place across the street.
Inspector Asher. It sounds good to me as soon as we finish here.
Mm-hmm.
Fred, how did you make out? What's that? Okay, thanks. Alice's landlady says she's been going out with a man named Paul Manning, seen with him several times. Asher ran a check and he's got a record.
What for?
Armed robbery.
I remember this now. Miss Burnett borrowed $600 8 months ago. Her payment started a month later. She made 4 of them and then stopped. There's a notice of a garnishee proceeding here.
Well, did it go through?
No, it was canceled.
When?
Yesterday. She paid it in full.
You still have a check here?
Oh, she didn't pay by check. That's what I remember. It was cash. $5 and $10 bills.
Pretty strange question to ask. I don't understand why that should be any of your business.
Well, we'd just like to know where you got the money to pay off that loan.
I borrowed it. I didn't want to get in trouble with the store, and I know you can get fired if you have that garnishee trouble.
Where did you borrow the money?
From my sister,
What is your sister's name?
Louise Watson,
And where does she live?
in San Francisco, 2238 Westbrook, apartment 410.
Is she your older sister or younger sister?
She's my older sister. She's 12 years older than I am.
Did she give you a check?
No, it was a postal money order.
And where did you cash it?
The branch at Market and Kearney.
And when did you cash it?
The day I got it, last Saturday morning. I don't go to work till noon on Saturdays, then I work till 9. We're open till 9 on Saturdays.
And how much money did she give you?
Just what I needed, $428.
$428. And you kept that much money in your purse all weekend?
Is there anything wrong with that?
Well, has your sister helped you out any other times?
Oh, now and then. There's only the two of us. Mother and Dad have been dead for some time.
Well, does your sister work?
No.
You happen to know where she got the money that she loaned you?
From a husband.
What is his name?
Mike Watson.
What does he do?
He's a salesman. Louise travels with him most of the time when he's on the road. He does pretty well.
Is your sister in town now?
Oh, yes. She should be home right now. Well, I'd like to get back to work.
Well, thanks for coming down.
That's all right.
Thank you. There's one thing sure, if you've got any questions, she can answer them.
Yeah.
Boyfriend?
Yeah, he's been a pretty bad fellow. 2 attempted homicide arrests here. This is what he looks like.
Mm-hmm.
Nelder and Johnson are trying to find him now.
You have the Trescott woman's number.
I already called her. She's out for the rest of the day. I left a message.
Are you here because of the holdup?
Well, we just like a little information, Mrs. Watson. May we come in?
Yes. What is it? Is Alice in trouble?
When did you see your sister last?
Last Saturday. If Alice is in trouble, I'd sure like to know about it.
Have you seen her since then?
No.
Have you talked to her since last week?
Yes. She called me up Monday and told me that the store had been robbed, that a man came in and held her up.
You say you saw your sister last Saturday. Where?
Here. She came to see me Saturday morning.
Did you lend her any money?
Yes. I gave her a postal money order.
Is your husband home?
No.
When do you expect him?
In an hour or so.
Now, when your sister was here last Saturday, was there anyone with her?
No, she was alone.
Well, she lives in the north side of the city. How'd you get here?
She took a bus.
Did you know any of your sister's friends? Men friends, that is?
Some. Why?
Did you ever hear her mention the name Paul Manning?
I suppose she has. I don't remember. Why don't you ask her?
Have you talked to her since last Monday?
No. But I can tell you this. I'm going to call her and ask her what this is all about.
Mrs. Watson, where did you have the money order made out?
At the post office down on Kearney.
That was for $600, was it?
Yes. Yes, that's right. $600.
Hello. I'm sorry I couldn't be reached sooner. I got here as quickly as I could.
Miss Trescott's identified Manning.
This is the man. The same man who robbed the dress shop.
Have you located him yet?
I got a line on his rooming house. Left there 2 days ago, according to his landlady, bag and baggage. I got out on APB.
Oh, thanks very much.
What about Alice Burnett?
She ought to be at work right now.
What now? Don't you two ever go home and stop working?
We thought maybe you could help us clear up a few details here.
Well, I'll be very glad to help you all I can, but I hope it doesn't take too long. I have a date tonight. Saturday's always a pretty long day, working till 9, and then I have to stay an hour after everybody else goes home and straighten out my books.
Who have you got a date with?
Paul Manning, a friend of mine. Why?
Did he come by to pick you up?
Well, I don't know. He said he'd either call me to meet him someplace or come around here about 10. It's just that now.
Been going with him long?
I don't think that's any of your business. Look, I'm getting tired of you two. My sister called me a little while ago and said you were out to talk to her about me this afternoon. She was real upset, wanted to know if I was in some kind of trouble or something. You had her real worried. I don't know why you have to interfere in my personal life.
There was $800 taken in that robbery Monday, and the description you gave us didn't check with that we received from another witness. Now, you borrowed money from your sister, you told us, to pay a loan. We had to check that.
Well, I suppose so, but it seems to me like you're trying to implicate me in this thing. Make out like I had something to do with it. I didn't have anything to do with it. You both know that.
Well, we just want the truth, that's all.
What do you mean?
We still aren't clear about the money you got from your sister.
I got $600 from her.
The last time we talked to you, you told us it was $428.
Well, then I'm sorry. I made a mistake. It was $600 even.
It's pretty hard to believe you'd forget the exact amount.
I'm sorry.
The post office has no record of your sister making out a money order to you. The branch where you're supposed to have cashed it has no record of your cashing it. Did you and Manning work on this together?
Oh, that's ridiculous. I've told you where I got the money.
Well, could you tell us why there isn't a record of it in either post office?
I don't run the post office system.
Well, we've got to get this thing settled. I guess you better come downtown with us again.
Oh, this is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard of. Absolutely the most ridiculous.
Like take your purse with you?
Well, you're going to be sorry for this. You'll both be plenty sorry. You have no right to do this.
Paul Manning?
Yes.
Communications. Lieutenant Guthrie. Suspect shot at 1672 Haight Street. Yeah, give us an ambulance. Yeah, pretty bad.
Is there anything I could do to help?
There was.
Huh?
Could have told us your boyfriend was in there.
San Francisco Beat is produced with the cooperation of the San Francisco Police Department. We are grateful to Chief of Police Michael Gaffey and the men in his organization who have contributed their time and effort to make this program possible.